All right, we'll go ahead and get going here and get this rocking so we can get TJ up here. Did everybody have a good time at the party last night? I appreciate that. You know, when my first EE conference was Alexandria, Virginia, D.C., and at that time, sponsoring or paying for something like that wasn't possible, and the reason why it is now is largely due to this conference. And so I sincerely mean this. That was not a sponsorship. That was a thank you to everybody in this room. So thank you very much. I really appreciate you all. So that's not that's not sentiment. That's an honest to God truth. And so I really appreciate that. They called us and they asked, "Hey, do you want like a vegetable platter?" And I said, "No. Take a hot dog, wrap it in bread, and then fry it." And so I apologize if you wanted a vitamin last night, because that was just not in the cards. I also want to take a quick moment and thank everybody who's donated. Can we get a round of applause for everybody that's donated? And so I think it's really important to say this is Brian kind of started it with Bold Minded, and then obviously Jace got on board. But then Travis over at Hop and Rain, those guys weren't asked to do that. They just jumped on. And so to have a group of add-on developers come and provide something like that is a pretty amazing thing. And it's a part of the reason why this is a special thing. And so one more time, thank you to all those guys for providing that really cool product. We're going to keep that open for a little while. It will eventually turn that off because it's not fair to them to have that existing for 6 months. But so one more round of applause for all the add-on developers that are here and not here. So the awards this year, I did the judging. I got a few people from outside the community to do judging this year, just because I think it's easier without bias. And so one of the judges was a graphic designer named Drew Piggott, who's a friend of mine, who's a freelance designer and web developer in Seattle. He used to work for K2, if any of you like to ski or snowboard. And then a couple other friends that have worked in places like Amazon and Clinton Porter McGusky down in Denver, which is a large agency. And so we spent the weekend about 3 hours on Sunday on a call going through these, and it was once again a great year for submissions, and so I really appreciate everybody that submitted, and I'm excited to do this. So I want to give a quick shout out. So we do that judging obviously Sunday, so we have to get the awards within like less than a week, and so I always get the awards done in the town where it is. So like, and apparently if you do engravings and awards, you're like the nicest human being that's ever existed. It's happened every year. And so Norseman Engraving here in town did them, and they were wonderful, and they gave us a nonprofit discount, and they were awesome. So if you live locally and you need an award done, it's great. If you've never won an award, for $200, you can have 4 of them in like 3 days. So I have 375 Addies. So the first one is Best Self-Promotion Website. This is for people in their own business websites. We had some really tough calls here, but I'm happy to say this year's Best Self-Promotion Website goes to MC2 Design Group. Is anyone from MC2 here? Come on up and, no, just sit there. It was a combination, I don't want to go too in depth. It's a combination of design, optimization, content relative to the audience that it's supposed to be for, just a variety of things. We had a checklist to kind of narrow things down, and then we kind of just had a conversation about it. I don't have bullet points of exactly why we chose them, so I apologize for that, but it's a combination of a lot of different things. This is always one of my favorite categories because it's really, a lot of people are doing these websites at discounted prices and for really cool organizations. We had about 15 submissions in this category, and it was really tough. But the site that we chose this year for Best Nonprofit is 4 Elephants from Omaha Media Group. just from a design standpoint, this is the best client promotion website entries we've ever had. Just all around, really, really hard. And I'm about to sound like the whitest guy in the world, but the winner of Best Client Promotion Website goes to Consumer 51's Los Poblanos. Is that how you say it? I don't know. All our Mexican restaurants have the name Fiesta in them. I don't know. And lastly, for the best new add-on, we had a handful of submissions in this category, and I was really surprised. There were some really good add-ons this year, very excited. The first time they've won this award at this event, the best new add-on goes to SEEO from EE Harbor. Thank you, everyone that submitted, and thank you, everybody, for being here.